As Future once said, he's got the juice in the carbon, and the Epomaker Carbon 60 has it as well. This is a 60% keyboard with a rare carbon fiber body that you just don't find in mechanical keyboards that often. Promises a more refined look for gamers and professionals, and has all the features and support you would need. But does it meet the mark? And is it gonna make your way onto my desk and possibly yours? Hi everybody, I'm Blex, and Epomaker did send me the Carbon 60. My only obligation to them is to produce a review with my own opinions, and they do not have final review on the video. If you, however, would like to support the channel, I do have some affiliate links down below if you'd like to purchase this keyboard or any of the other past products I've reviewed. Thank you. I think to cut to the chase, I really like this keyboard. I think it has one major shortfall that I'm going to cover later in this video, but there's a lot of great things going for this keyboard. First off, it's made of carbon fiber. This is really unique in the keyboard space. There's only a couple keyboards, and very few are a full entire carbon fiber body. That carbon fiber body, along with the tactical brown switches I have on this keyboard, really help to produce an interesting clicky sound that I find very unique, pleasant, and not very overpowering. The carbon fiber body makes this extremely light. I would say shockingly light. It's impressive how light it is, and it's great to be able to move across your desk in different positions. And it's fantastic for both gaming and typing, as I like to play with my keyboard up and off to the left when I'm gaming, and when I'm typing, I move it directly in front of me. The first negative I want to talk about, though, is the 60% layout. The lack of arrow keys down on the bottom really hurts this keyboard for me as a professional keyboard. Sure, there's layering options. You can hit function and use these bottom keys as arrow keys, but we're adding an extra keystroke into your workflow, which makes it hard for me to want to integrate into my daily work, coding and video. I will note that this is the tactical brown switches in this keyboard right now, but there is a linear switch option as well that you can purchase directly from them. The keyboard has tri-mode connectivity, so that means dongle support, Bluetooth, and wired. You get 1 kHz polling from the dongle as well as the wired cable, which is great and definitely all you need for gaming. I will note there are some keyboards in the market nowadays that are 8 kHz polling, but if you're that serious about gaming and you need that much of an advantage, then this really isn't the keyboard for you. The keyboard has VIA support, so you can do all the remapping, all the layering that you want right out of the box. It's easy to use. And I'll note the keycaps they chose for this keyboard are wide, and slightly concave, make for a fantastic typing experience. This has actually been one of the more pleasant keyboards I've tested for typing. It's been enjoyable both in sound and comfort, and that's partly due to the carbon fiber body, as I mentioned, but these keycaps that they chose as well have been fantastic. Inside the box, you're gonna get everything you need, extra keycaps, switch puller, and I will say a really nice cord as well to go along with this. The battery life on this is really strong, as you'd expect with most of these keyboards, and it charges pretty quick. I haven't had any issues, but I will note that most keyboards nowadays just generally don't have issues with battery support. If you are in particular are very focused on that attribute, there probably are keyboards with a longer battery life, but there's very few people singularly focused on that attribute. This keyboard does have this little strap on the end, which I find kind of funny, and I thought was very goofy at first, but I don't hate it. It's a pretty color. The color scheme of these blue accents to me is still very professional, and I really like it. I would like it if this was more easily removable. There seems to be some screws I could maybe undo, but maybe a clip or something would be great in the future. Now let's jump into a sound test. As you'll notice, the profile is a little bit more clicky than you'll experience in other keyboards like the low free flow light or some of the other Newfie options out there. That's by design, and that's partly due to the tactical brown switches, but really has a lot to do with the hollow design as well as the carbon fiber body. Carbon fiber is quite rigid and will bounce the sound, but it's different. It's less pingy than the metallic sound you'd get from an aluminum keyboard or an all-metal keyboard, and I find it really pleasant. I'll note that the tactical brown switches I have on here are are not too loud. I would be comfortable using it in an office environment. And it's sort of just the right zone of audible noise that gives you the feedback that you want without bothering and disturbing other people. Now, I really want to talk about who this keyboard is for. It's marketed towards both professionals and coders and people who are using their keyboard daily. And I would say from looks alone, it could absolutely pass as that. The strap is a little goofy to bring into an office, but that's easy enough to remedy. The otherwise color scheme is very much professional. The major issue I have though is that 60% layout. It's very difficult as someone who writes code for a living to commit to using the function key instead of the arrow keys just naturally being there. I'll cover it later in the changes, but a 66, 75% layout on this, chef's kiss. This would seriously take off and be a massive competitor to the likes of Newfie and Lowfree for their flagship models. This is absolutely gets the job done though as far as they advertise. This can game well, it can type well. I love the typing sound. I think the lightness of the keyboard is fantastic for being able to quickly move it across your desk if you're playing a game and you're waiting for a cue and you can go and type and do your own things just by quickly moving the keyboard, which is fantastic. It's also extremely durable given that it's carbon fiber and easy to store inside of a backpack due to its size and lightness. This is really going to hit home for people who are professionals, who are traveling, who want something that is portable, light, flexible, and versatile. This will definitely hit the mark. Now, to do a value comparison, it's a bit difficult because there's very few keyboards, if any, that I could find that are full carbon fiber like this keyboard. Lowfree has the Edge, which is a partial carbon fiber body, but does have metal as well. And that's at that super premium price point of $199. This keyboard retails around $120, and you have the brown and linear switch options from Epomaker out of the box. This is significantly cheaper than that Edge I mentioned, and would be an easy recommend for me for someone who's looking for a versatile keyboard. Now lastly, I want to get into the changes. I've kind of highlighted them here already, but the 60% layout hurts this keyboard for me. I think going to a 66 or 75 would really elevate this keyboard, and I truly would be using it as my daily driver if that were the case. I'm willing to sacrifice the function row, but the arrow keys are my last stand. I need the arrow keys in my daily workflow. I would love for this strap to be removable as well. I do like the look of it, but if I am traveling into an office, I'd like the option to be able to take it out. The other item I'd call out is these keycaps are not shine through. Now I personally don't have any issues with that, but I know some people like their RGB and like that shine through. That's sort of in the maybe camp for me. There is RGB support as well with a few different lighting options, but these keycaps are not shine through, but the RGB is perfectly adequate in my eyes for some general backlighting. But as you've seen in my other videos, I just generally don't use RGB. Hello everybody, welcome to everyone's favorite part of the video. This is Blex's keyboard tier list. Today we have the Carbon 60 that we're placing on the tier list. We're going to start off as always in the gaming space. This is based on value, accuracy, speed, features, and sturdiness. This is going to probably be in the B tier for me. The reason being it does have that 1K hertz polling. It's a very comfortable keyboard to use, and the price is right at $120. Next is Solo Productivity. This again is going to be another B tier for me. It has switch flexibility, good value. I enjoy typing on this, so that's a huge important factor of this. Sure, it's a little bit more expensive than something like the Lowfree Flow Lite, but I enjoy this typing experience a bit more. Lastly is going to be office travel and productivity. This is going to be a little bit subjective. It is, again, a B tier, so we're across the board B. This is a fantastic do-it-all keyboard, but it could be a little bit loud for your situation, but it is very light, very portable, durable, and the sound is not too loud, but may be a bit too loud for your specific situation. Overall, this is a really great keyboard, and I hope that Epomaker follows it up with a 66 or 75% version to really hit a home run with this. Thank you guys all for watching. Please like and subscribe if you'd like more keyboard content.